Now here is a car I've never seen in person. The Infiniti GR35 or or something like that. I completely even forgotten the car's name. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for all the Infiniti lovers out there, but let me assure you that you will like this drag tune. So before we get started, let's quickly put this car on a dyno and see how much power it makes. Oh wow, 402.2 kilowatts with 579.1 newton meters of torque. This is actually really good. And cars, I don't know why, but with less torque, they are doing so much better for some reason. I am not sure why. So in today's video, I will be sharing my drag tune with you guys for the Infiniti. So I've decided to categorize this video into 4 sections. The first section is going to be year, where I'm going to show you my tune. Secondly, is going to be a quarter-mile run. Thirdly, we are going to show you guys, well, I'm going to show you guys what I've installed in this car, because there's actually something I learned that I never knew before. Lastly, we are going to do a drag race against opponents. So let's quickly start here at the drivetrain. So here is the magic number. So I just want to tell you guys real quick that this gear ratio is specifically set up for the Bayview racetrack, drag race, whatever you want to call it. If you're going to use this if you're going to use this tune on, let's say, sprint or circuit or even drag racing, but a longer road, you might risk popping your engine. In that case, I just want you to come back, go here to top speed, and just click a little bit here on the negative. For some reason, if you make your gear ratio a bit more to the left, it's going to give you longer gears, such as look at all of these gears, they are going to move to the right. You guys see that? So you're actually making your gears You're actually making your gears longer by moving it more towards the top speed. Then you're just going to go a little bit forward and backwards and test it until you're happy with your tune and your engine doesn't blow anymore. Going over to suspension. So here you guys can see for the front we got it all the way down. For the rear we got it in about middle. So for the front springs and the front shocks we got them at about, I would say, quarter of the way to being soft, away from being soft. And then for the rear springs and the rear shocks we got it about 3/4 of the way. Going to sway bar we got both of them at max. And for the steering ratio we did not touch it at all. So the reason for the suspension being soft in the front and stiffer in the rear is because this car is rear wheel drive. We want some of the way to go to the back of the car to press down the rear suspension, pressing down the wheels to the ground and making sure the car has got better grip. For the sway bars, I like to put it on max because I believe that with a very powerful engine is going to cause some body flex, and by having stiff sway bars it's just going to help your car to be a little bit more stable on the road. Let's quickly go over to aerodynamics. We don't have any at all. So for the tires and brakes, we got it at strong, and we did not touch the brakes. So if you guys don't know how to tune an ECU, you're in the top right corner. I'll drop a link for you guys where I go clearly through it, explain you guys all the ins and outs on how to properly understand what is going on here and how to tune it. In short terms, you want to see red over here in the first 2000 RPMs. And here at the turbo, you want to see a lot of red here up until 4000 RPMs. So for the nitros, we got it at about 5 seconds. Okay, so now that that is done, let's quickly go and do a quarter-mile run. So there is a lot of ways to actually launch your car. But the perfect way is to get your RPMs up until it is somewhere over here in the green. Let me show you guys quick. Right over here by 7000 RPM. So actually accelerated too quick. We went past the green area. But a long story short, there we go. You want to launch in the green at 7000 RPMs, and the shifts on this car is pretty intense. Oh, it is a G35. Oh, it's just a G35. Okay, anyway, so you want to shift all of them in the green for the best shift, quickest shifts, and launching in the green is going to give you so much more traction. So let me quickly do a few runs until I can get it right. Come on. And there we go. 7.72. That is a really good number you guys want to see. 271.94 kilometers per hour. Honestly, I think this was my best run with this car so far. Okay, so now that section 2 is done, let me quickly go show you guys what I installed in the car. So moving to performance parts. So when I was little, I always just installed stage 3. I never installed stage 2 and 1 because I never understood the package contents. I mean, the higher the number, the better it is because it's actually also a little bit more expensive. So let me quickly run through you guys what is happening. Whenever you have got something installed in stage 1 and it's also in stage 3, it will be replaced. It will replace the stage 1 part. For example, if we look over here in stage 1, here is replace headers. But in stage 3, there is a high flow header. So obviously this is much better, so it will replace stage 1. But if you never installed stage 1, you would have never had a cold air intake system. Why do I say so? Because stage 2 has got different contents and there's no cold air intake system. Same with stage 3, there's nothing of a cold air intake system. Even if you look here at stage 2, there is a high flow intake manifold, but if you look here, there's nothing of a high intake manifold. Even if you look here, there's also nothing, only ported and polished heads. So in other words, what I'm trying to tell you guys is install stage 1, then 2, and then in 3. Install all 3 stages. Going over to the ECU, you also want to install all 3 stages. For the transmission, you also want to install all 3 stages. For the suspension, you want to do the same, install all 3. For the nitros, this is just different ways to inject nitros. You want to inject it, you want to have the best injection, which is stage 3 only. For the tires, you also just want to get the most stickiest tires, so stage 3 is fine. For the brakes, you want to install all 3. For the weight, you definitely want to install all 3. As you guys can see, all 3 contents is installed for all 3 stages, so technically 6 contents, and all 6 of them are different things. So if you literally only installed stage 3, you would have never had these 4 installed. Well, actually it's stuff that's being removed, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, for your turbo, you can only have 1 turbo, so install stage 3. So let's quickly go and do a drag race. It is a G35. Drag race against other opponents. Let's see. Oh, we are so far ahead. And I had such bad shifts. I had an amazing pull away, but the second and third, if I'm not mistaken, I completely messed them up. Oh wow, this car is doing pretty good. Anything below a 24 seconds is very, very good. As you guys can see, secondly, once again, it's breaking into the 24 seconds. That was not a bad race at all. Oh, I never looked at the analytics to see how many perfect shifts I got. But yeah, obviously this car is not a bad car. It's doing pretty darn good. But anyway guys, there we go. This is it for the Infiniti G35. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this tune. Once again, if the engine wants to pop the entire time, don't forget to go back to your gear ratios and make your final drive ratio a bit more towards the top end speed, or maybe your 4th, 5th and 6th, just make them a little bit longer, take them towards the right, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a big like. If you're still watching, I just want to tell you guys quickly, you're darn freaking awesome. If you'd love to support the channel, especially if you're new, hit the logo at the bottom right corner to subscribe. If you want to see a similar video, hit the icon on the left. If you want to see one of my most recent videos, hit the icon on the right, and then I'll see all of you legends in my next video. But for now, peace out everyone.